Hello students. Today I am going to teach a beautiful story, The Little Match Girl. This is the story of a poor young girl who sold matchboxes in the street. Matchbox means a small box containing matches. The story took place a long time ago on a New Year's Eve. In a city, there lived a little beautiful girl. It was New Year's Eve, and the girl was walking on the roadside with bundles of matchboxes in her hands. There was snowfall which had covered her hair. She was walking since the morning but couldn't sell a single matchbox. What was the little girl selling? The little girl was selling matchboxes. She approached people walking on the road, but nobody purchased a single matchbox from her. The girl saw many shops full of cakes. Then she saw many restaurants with people eating different foods. The girl too was very hungry. She ignored the sight and walked ahead. She was shivering as it was night. It was an extremely cold day. Snow was falling and it was dark. She had no shoes to save her feet from the freezing cold, so she was unable to walk properly as she was bare feet. She tried her best approaching people to buy the matches from her, but no one responded. It was getting dark and she was very hungry, but she was afraid to go home because she would get a beating from her father. Why didn't she go home in the evening? She had not sold a single matchbox and she was afraid to go home because she would get a beating. Then she started walking again. She met many people but failed to sell any matchbox. She found a corner between two houses and decided to sit there for a while. The girl with the matchboxes in her hands thought, if I burn a matchstick, I can get some warmth. She pulled out a match and struck it. It gave out a small orange glow. It had a small flame, but what a strange light it gave. The girl felt she was sitting in front of a lovely warm stove and was warming herself at the stove. Suddenly, the match went out and there was no glow. There was only the darkness, the cold, and the burned out match in her hand. What happened when she struck the first match? When the girl pulled out a match and struck it, the match gave out a small orange glow. It had a small flame, but it gave a strange light. The girl felt as if she was sitting in front of a lovely warm stove and warming herself at the stove. In a while, she started shivering again. She struck another match and she could clearly see a table laid with beautiful china and white tablecloth. And she could see ample food and cakes kept on the dining table. What happened when she struck the second match? When the girl struck the second match, it burned bright and she could clearly see A table laid with beautiful china and a white tablecloth and spotless white napkins. The best of all was the food. Just then, the flame of the matchstick went off and everything vanished at once. She struck at another match. Visions of a Christmas tree rose before her eyes. It was the most beautiful Christmas tree. It was full of presents. Next to the tree stood her own dear grandmother who was dead. What happened when she struck the third match? When she struck the third match, she saw visions of a Christmas tree full of presents. Next to the tree, she saw her own kind hearted grandmother who was dead. Granny, cried the little girl, take me with you. Oh, please take me with you. Don't go away like the hot stove and the beautiful dinner. And the little girl struck more and more matches for she wanted to keep her granny with her. Why did the girl keep striking matches? The girl struck more and more matches as she wanted to keep seeing her grandmother. The matches blazed brighter and brighter, and her old grandmother took the little girl in her arms. Then what happened? They both flew to the heaven. The next morning, people gathered around the dead body of the little musk girl. She was frozen to death. People wondered, how could anyone die with a smiling face? But no one could imagine the beautiful visions she had seen, or how happily she had gone with her grandmother into the heaven. This is the end of the story. What happened to the little girl before the day dawned? The little girl was frozen to death before the dawn of the new year. What did passers-by say about the poor frozen girl? Did they know what she had seen? The passers-by took pity on the little girl and said that the poor frozen girl was trying to warm herself. They did not know about the beautiful visions the girl had seen and how she had entered heaven with her grandmother. What is the theme of this story? The little musk girl is unloved, abused, and shoeless. She is a hungry, cold, lonely little girl who is afraid to go home. Yet no one helps her. This story makes the reader think twice about passing someone in need without offering help. This is a touching story about a little girl. Read the lesson well. That's all for today. We are very close to Christmas. Dear children, let this Christmas bring us all our dreams and give us a happy and peaceful time ahead. May the spirit of Christmas bring you all blessings. I wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Thank you.